Thanksgiving is next week, and we're starting the holidays off early, and I'm going to show you how to make these delicious gingerbread mini muffins in the Instant Pot, coming right up. Hello, everyone. Don't they look great? We're going to get right to that. I'm in the Christmas spirit, being born an American and living south of the border until I was 11 years old. Around this time of the year is when you start getting the Christmas tree ready. So it's ready for Thanksgiving next weekend, which is on Thursday. And the Christmas decorate, that's when Christmas starts. So I'm going to make a Christmas gingerbread mini muffin. We're going to use our trusty little egg bite mold right here. I've already got them greased up with some butter. And we're going to make these delicious gingerbread muffins, and we're going to top them with some cream cheese frosting, and we're going to use some of these little decorative golden beads on them. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the ingredients about right here. It's a big list, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but they're there. If you want to pause the video, take a picture of it. What I'll do is I'll start talking about the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients and how we handle each. And again, I'm going to copy, as I do in all my recipe videos. The recipe will be in the description below if you want to copy and paste it and save it so that you can try this out. So in here, I have all of the dry ingredients except for the brown sugar. We're going to put the brown sugar in with the wet ingredients. And then I used a whisk to whisk these up to make sure that they're all incorporated and ready to go to add to the wet ingredients. In the wet ingredients, I put them all in this bowl, including the brown sugar, and I use my beaters to make sure that they're mixed up very well. Now, we're not going to use the beaters anymore. What we're going to do is slowly incorporate the dry ingredients into the wet, and we're going to make sure that we're not over mixing it, because that's going to change the consistency of the dough. So stay tuned, folks. I'll bring you back. Again, this is going to be a quick one. We're going to get right to it. Stay tuned. Okay, folks, so we're going to get right at it. So here we have the wet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of the dry ingredients in, and then just start incorporating that in. Once I get part of that going and mixed in, I'm going to put a little bit more in there and just keep stirring. So what I'm going to do is just keep doing that until I get it all mixed up and you don't see any of the flour parts anymore. And that's it. I'll bring you back when it's all done. And that's what it looks like when it's all mixed up. So I will tell you, and I'll qualify this by reminding you, if you've seen my videos before, when I get a recipe from ChatGPT, and there's been some of them, more than one, that I've made, and they did not turn out. If you're seeing this, it turned out. But I'll tell you, my concern right now is this seems very liquidy. But I have made a recipe before that seemed a little bit too liquidy, and it turned out really well. So I suspect it's the egg that's in it that's going to help bring everything together. So next up, we're going to start filling up the molds. Stay tuned. So here we go. So I have my mold on my sling. That way it's going to make it easy for me when I don't worry about spilling it when I go to put it in the Instant Pot. So I have my liquid here, and I'm just going to take a spoon and fill these up 2/3 of the way. So I'll do one just to show you how much I'm going to put in it. I'm a messy baker. Again, this channel's, oops, sorry about that, folks, is all about trying new things. So I filled it up about 2/3. The reason why you want to fill it 2/3 is because we're going to want to cover these, and these are going to rise as they cook. And trust me, I've already made banana muffins in here. They turn out amazing in the Instant Pot and a lot faster than if you were to bake these in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these all up, and I'll bring you back to show you what they look like. Okay, folks, so trust me, baking is outside of my comfort zone. But again, that's what this channel is all about, trying new things and conquering that stuff. So I've made a big enough of a mess. I'll clean up my counter after. And I still have some batter left over. So you can see I have enough probably for another 3 or 4 molds. So I'm going to have to do this in 2 batches. I'll only bring you through the one. So now I'm going to loosely seal these. I'm just going to tent it up there. I've greased the side that's going to be facing down with a little bit of butter, just in case these rise too high and start to touch the foil. And you just want to loosely cover this so that the water doesn't splash on them as they're cooking. So I'm just going to loosely cover it, make sure that I'm going to be able to get it in, make sure it's still tinted. That should be good enough. Next step, we're going to lower these bad boys into the Instant Pot and start cooking. So here we are, folks. I'm going to take these delicious, well, they're not delicious yet, but they will be when they're done, muffins, and lower them in. These slings are really handy. You can get those on Amazon. Just look up Instant Pot sling and you'll see them, or some Walmart stores have them. So we're going to set this for 20 minutes. Make sure you have a cup of water in your Instant Pot. We're going to cook it at high pressure for 20 minutes. Then we're going to let it naturally release for 10. I'll bring you back when these are done and when I'm sealing off the foil. Stay tuned. Let's get these cooking. Here we are, folks. Our 10 minutes is up. I'm going to hit the cancel button. I'm going to release the pressure. And when we come back, we'll see what they look like. Okay, folks, you're seeing this at the same time as I am. Fingers crossed this turned out. And I'm not going to try not to burn myself. Oh, yes. Look at that. I have one that's stuck to the foil. That's the risk that you take with the foil. So it looks like I put a little bit too much in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let these cool off. You can see the steam's coming off of them. But they turned out, they rose. This one, again, I've got one damage, but hey, it's still going to taste the same. You can hide that with some icing sugar. So I'm going to leave these cool off. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to decorate them. That's the scene that you saw at the beginning of the video, was the picture of it. So stay tuned next for the taste test. Okay, folks, here we are. We're going in for the taste test. Before I do that, I'd like to ask a huge favor. If you like this video, could you please hit that like button? If you're on a Fire TV, just hit the pause the video, hit the arrow up key, slide over to the right, and you'll see the like button. If you're on a PC, you know where the button is. I really appreciate it. It helps spread the videos out. YouTube picks up on that. So if you do that, you'd be doing me a solid. There's Zeus coming in for the taste test as usual. Here we go. There's what it looks like. It's gingerbread. These turned out delicious. I can't take any credit for the cream cheese frosting, and I didn't film me putting it on because, trust me, I suck at that. It doesn't matter. It's all going down the throat anyway. As long as the muffin tastes good, slop the frosting on there. But this is a quick, simple, easy recipe. And the ratio from work effort to what it turns around is incredible. Now, I'll qualify and put another qualification on my comments about ChatGPT, and I wasn't sure about the batter consistency. I don't bake. This is something, and I have no clue what the batter should look like. I'm thinking of bread dough, right? So when I say that the batter looks runny earlier, it's because I don't usually bake. This channel is all about trying new things, going outside the comfort zone, finding things that are easy, but they taste delicious. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you try this recipe out. It's super easy. And the sky's the limit if you have more of a creative brain than I do about how you could decorate these up for Thanksgiving and the holidays. Thank you. Jamie, signing off. Man, I said I wasn't going to make sweets anymore.